Do I need to hire a workers' compensation attorney in Denver, Colorado? Unfortunately, getting hurt on the job is inevitable. Nearly 3 million non-fatal occupational illnesses and injuries were recorded in the private sector in 2014, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Colorado's workers' compensation laws offer benefits to employees to pay them for medical costs, lost income, permanent disability, and disfigurement in order to ensure that injured workers receive recompense for their damages. If you are hurt at work, you should always seek the advice of a skilled Denver workers' compensation attorney because understanding these regulations can be complicated. What is a workers' compensation injury in Colorado? According to Colorado's workers' compensation regulations, a worker who sustains an injury, contracts a disease, or passes away while performing work-related activities is entitled to financial compensation for his or her losses. Examples of workplace injuries resulting in workers' compensation claims. An accident that was either intentionally or unintentionally brought on by a coworker, such as when they failed to lock the ladder you used to reach the second level of a building site. Slipping and falling while removing items from a shelf or stacking materials. A pre-existing medical issue getting worse at work because of the setting. An injury brought on by an incident involving a non-employee, such as a car accident when you are delivering parts to a customer. A fatality or injury brought on by the workplace, such as when an electrical wire was improperly secured by the employer. Becoming ill after doing a repetitive action, like carpal tunnel syndrome. It is hard to anticipate every scenario or circumstance that can lead to a workplace mishap. The main line is that you must take action to defend your right to workers' compensation benefits if you are hurt at work. What are Colorado workers' compensation benefits? Depending on your injury and if you have a persistent condition as a result of your injury, you may be able to receive compensation for a workplace injury. Most of the time, the employer and/or the workers' compensation insurance provider will cover all medical costs associated with the injury, and you will get temporary disability benefits based on 2/3 of your normal weekly earnings while receiving treatment for your workplace injury. What should I do right away if I get hurt at work? The sooner you seek medical assistance for a potentially fatal or severely disabling injury, the greater your chances are of avoiding additional harm or loss. Have someone call emergency services, then adhere to their directions over the phone or from on-site medical professionals. Visit a doctor as soon as you can if your injuries are not life-threatening and do not require EMS. Do I need a lawyer for my workers' compensation claim? You can get assistance from a Colorado workers' compensation attorney as you go through the procedure of making a claim. If you have to go to hearings and argue for your right to compensation, a workers' compensation claim can be challenging. You need a representative to make sure that your best interests are always put first in your workers' compensation claim, even though your employer and its insurance provider are required to abide by workers' compensation legislation. How do I find a workers' comp attorney in Colorado? Finding a workers' compensation attorney in Denver or other parts of Colorado is not a difficult task. Any search engine can produce pages of work comp attorneys who may take your case. You can also talk to bar associations like the Colorado Bar Association that can provide referrals from their lists of law firms. Most law firms that take these cases offer free consultations. Perhaps a more important question is, how do you find the best workers' compensation attorney for your claim? There is no exact answer for who is the best work comp attorney for you. You should consider several factors in making your decision, including experience, client relationship, reviews, expertise, communication style, proximity, and other factors you consider important in your decision. The good news is most work comp lawyers offer free consultations, so you can talk to several law firms before you make a decision.